I'm just start off by saying that this is a personal journal. If you just happen to stumble across this video, I'm not trying to uh like teach or sell or whatever. I'm not trying to do anything but just journal my trading journey and my um just to for me to reflect for the future. That's about it. I'm gonna just be going over what I thought, my thought process in the setup, and the overall how the day went, the session went. Sorry. So this morning I was actually very bearish. I was very bearish. I would go right here. 5. Now it did tap into this 5. It did it. So I saw all this accumulation over here. So I knew there's gonna be some sort of continuation. I did see it tap into this 5, but I remember me thinking to myself, and just based on the this market condition, I don't like it. Just because it was retracing, but in the lower time frame, it kept giving me these chopped, like overlapping candlesticks. And then also if you go to like a higher time frame, it just looks like a barcode. So I don't like trading when it's consolidating a lot. So I waited for displacement, which this is right here. So right here I was really on it, but it was also just overlapping, and it's just, let me see here. And there's also a 15. So I waited for this to get traded to, never did. So the morning I didn't really get into the trade. It wasn't what I'm looking for. So I'm kind of glad I kept discipline on that. But I could have entered off this OB. I just don't like entering OBs though. I'm not really that. How do I say it? Wait, where's my tool? Oh, there you go. For example, right here, there's this OB that got kind of. Yo, give my shit. All right. See, I could have entered off here, right? Or not entered here, but this is my retracement, my high time frame retracement. And then there's also another lower time frame retracement right here. So yeah, I could have entered off that. But I don't know. It doesn't look like, it just doesn't look clean. I'll show you what looks cleaner, but I'll show myself what looks cleaner. So I didn't enter off that. I just didn't like it. But it was a strong movement. Like, it did push through pretty nice. But it did hit that draw liquidity I was looking for. But since it hit it, I now classify it as some sort of liquidity sweep. So it might want to push up, right, after hitting that low. So so I waited during lunchtime. Since I know that I don't like to trade during lunchtime, so I didn't trade during lunchtime. I waited till after lunchtime, so I low-key took a nap, woke up, and then I saw this 15-minute setup. When I saw this 15-minute setup, this 15-minute fair value gap, this inbound. I'm gonna remove this. I'm not gonna lie. I saw that, and I did this little Fibonacci retracement tool to see if it's gonna retrace down there, and it did retrace into discount. But I saw it low-key mitigate. I saw it mitigate it, right? But I know there's a 15 down here, so it probably just wants to get more orders, accumulate more orders that could push through higher. And also, it was around like the last 10 to 15 minutes of the hour candle. So, and I had this 1 hour imbalance up here, which I knew that was going to be my drawn liquidity. So when I stacked this is basically my entry model. I stacked my liquidity with that 5-minute retracement and a 1 minute inverse. So now we go to 1 minute. Here's my inverse. When I remember at the time, I was thinking that I saw, since this inverse, it barely inversed it. I wanted more. I wanted to see what this next candle does, to see is it gonna fully inverse it, or is it gonna reject it? Like, if it's gonna fully re-inverse the inverse. Like, I don't know how to say it, but it didn't. So I bought around right here, and then shortly after this one came down, but then it decided just to go all the way up. And this is pretty much an instant break even trade because it broke structure here. Well, not broke structure, but it took out this. It closed above that, and I just set it break even. After that, I was chilling, but I'm not gonna lie, I was anxious on this trade right here because it did. ES did take it. Did take the high first, and then it did the same thing here. It took it again, and then this one started rejecting. It started really slowing down. So I closed. I fully closed it. It's only like, I say, I don't know exactly where I got filled, but I'd say it was between 10 to 5 points from my TP, which I don't really mind. Later on it did hit it, but it's whatever. I think what I could improve on is, yeah, that, being anxious about it. I should have probably taken partials as soon as it hit it and just left one tiny runner. But what I liked the most about this trade was how long I was in it. I was in not more than 10 minutes. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I was in it for like 7 to 8 minutes. Also, I liked how I didn't take a trade here. And just, I ended up catching my little scalp. That's all I needed. So I ended up the week green. But I think I'm going to also record the whole session and then just copy or just cut the, when I say something important, like what I'm thinking, because I think that's going to help me revisit what I'm thinking during that time to see if I could later on correct myself. But yeah.